Hi, I'm Jeff Murrah. I want to welcome you to True Texas History. I'm glad that you're here with me today, and we are going to go over Sam Carson and news of the Alamo. Now, I know some of you out there are wondering, who is Sam Carson? What is the deal? Well, on this day in history of our Texas homeland, March 10th, 1836, Sam Carson arrives at Washington on Nebraska to sign the Texas Declaration of Independence. Now, bear in mind, everybody else arrived there, and we're signing it on March 2nd, 3rd. Carson was a little late, but keep in mind that Carson was representing some of the Red River area of North Texas. He spent a lot of time at that point bouncing back and forth between Texas and Arkansas. He was out in that area. He originally was born out in North Carolina, and Sam Carson was part of the McDowell bunch out there. Now, I don't know how much you know about history, but this is a prominent family out there, the McDowells. If you know your American Revolution history, it was at the McDowell House that a lot of the patriots gathered together before going out to Kings Mountain and defeating the British there, but that's a whole other story. But he comes from a family of patriots going way back to the American Revolution. Sam Carson had served in the North Carolina State Assembly, or state legislature as they call it, and had also served in the U.S. House of Representatives representing North Carolina. So he was an experienced statesman. And his presence in wanting to go ahead and sign the Declaration of Independence was important. Just keep in mind, several former U.S. representatives were involved in this process. A lot of times in our history books, they don't teach us these things, but these people were prominent. Now, one of the things that does aggravate me is bad history. And some of the bad history I saw, they say, okay, on this day, March the 10th, this is when Gonzales burned. That is not true. Because Houston hasn't even gotten back to Gonzales after going to Washington on Nebraska to sign the Declaration of Independence. He doesn't arrive back in Gonzales until the next day, the 11th. So he's been out on the road on his way back to Gonzales. Some of what is going on, the survivors of the Alamo have been walking the road back to Gonzales, from San Antonio to Gonzales. There have been some couriers sent out from Gonzales in an effort to either reach the Alamo or discover news of what's going on. And that news will be uncovered in the next few days. Now, bear in mind, Gonzales was not a huge town, and the loss of 32 of its members with what happened at the Alamo, it left literally every home touched in some way by, a father, an uncle, a brother. Family members perished. There were a few men left there, but they were left there pretty much for the defense of the town. And this was... it's going to be devastating news when news of the Alamo reaches Gonzales. And hard for the people to deal with, which adds to the tragedy because what they did very quickly after Sam Houston received the news, everybody's in mourning. He decided the only thing to do was to burn the town. And it's not just a matter of burning the town. He had... many of the Texas volunteers to burn their baggage in a giant bonfire because they needed to travel light. They needed to move and get out of the way. And so, his retreat, he was trying to move soldiers and people along at a very quick pace, but we'll get into that later. I just wanted to go ahead and point out that March 10th is not when Gonzales was put to the torch. That came several days later, because in real history, Sam Houston has not even reached Gonzales yet. I mean, he was there, left to go to the convention, and has now returned. Now, the Sam Carson fellow, when they do have an election for president later, he is a strong contender and only loses the election by 6 votes. It's almost like there was this weird thing going between, do we support people from North Carolina or do we support people from Tennessee? So there was a bit of a rivalry there. Well, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, this is Jeff Murrow wishing you via con Dios. I hope that you have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.